Well, you got the second part exactly right. Spot on. I fully agree. And may women never settle for your less. And if that's frustrating for you, go out there and be more. It's not even hard. The men that are more could tell you. It's really mostly just about a desire to be with women in a mutually compatible fashion and, like actually liking women.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Man, I'm already confused. Is the problem that men aren't doing the bare minimum anymore, or because men don't like women? And if being a successful man who can do more than the bare minimum is so easy, then why are there so many more of you women complaining online about how you can't find these men than there are men who can actually do more than the bare minimum? The more I think about it, it's almost as if the bare minimum was an excuse that you made up so you could justify your reasons for openly insulting men for not giving in to your whimsical desires that lack any basic definition. Because you're wrong. We don't hate women. We don't have that kind of time, nor do we have that kind of energy. We're just not willing to put up with the terrible attitude, the disrespect, and the smarmy condescension that you try to pull off as a pathetic attempt at confidence. But I guess in your brain, those two are one and the same. You don't strike me as the practically educated type.
Okay, but you're frustrated because it is getting increasingly harder to find women that will willingly deny themselves the experience that teaches them not to settle for your below bare minimum. I understand why that's scary and upsetting, but that's a you problem.
You don't know what words mean, do you?
The only thing that's scary is how you think anything that just spewed forth from your coping chamber makes any sense at all. We are not frustrated. We stopped caring. If you want to spend your most fertile years wasting away in meaningless hedonism and chasing a career that'll leave you empty and unfulfilled, then that's your business. We aren't going to bother anymore because there isn't any point. What would we even be getting ourselves into? We'd be getting with a woman who's constantly going to be comparing us to other men and lovers. And no matter what we do, we will never be considered good enough. This is why the kind of lifestyle you advocate was considered shameful 60 years ago. A woman isn't supposed to have several boyfriends and lovers before settling down. That's not how it's supposed to work biologically or psychologically. But I guess your fifis make you feel like you have the high ground. Well, I hate to break it to you, sister. We're not on a volcano planet, and you're not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
It's really no different than anything else. Like, I'm in professional services. My clients have tons of professionals to choose from that they could do business with. And most people do, talk to somebody else or meet with somebody else, maybe potentially multiple others. They talk to their friends, they get lots of information. And because I'm confident in my skill set and that I'm the best at what I do, it benefits me, in my opinion, for my clients to have met with multiple other people and talked to lots of people, because I will stand out by comparison. You are afraid of being found lacking by comparison. That's not women's problem.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
You really do have cottage cheese for brains. How can you possibly think a woman's body count is akin to a professional resume? Woman, if you honestly think that Chad openly endorsing a woman's bedroom ability is somehow comparable to your ability to work in professional services, whatever the hell that is, then I feel sorry for your clients. They're flushing perfectly good money down the toilet in exchange for your so-called services. It's either that or you're trying to pull a flex on this guy while simultaneously trying to promote your business without mentioning what that business even is. If anything, this just makes you look worse because it shows the complete and utter lack of professionalism you have towards people who simply disagree with you, especially when the topic of discussion is how a woman's body count makes her incapable of pair bonding with a man later on in life. If you can't even accept that, Well, then that's a you problem. Well, it's a problem for both you and your clients because they're doing business with a nincompoop.
That's funny because it's so true.
Here are a list of things that I think are the bare minimum. Obviously, this list is coming from a woman's perspective because evidently, I am one. Number 1, opening the door for your significant other. You telling me it's hard to go open a door for your girl so she gets into the building safely? You're telling me it's so hard to open a car door for your shorty? This is how it's supposed to go. You walk on the other side of the door, open the door for her, watch her get in, and then watch her sit down, and then kiss her forehead, and then gently close the door. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's not that hard.
Yeah, when I look out over your sea of vacant faces, I feel like to puke.
Okay, I get it. Doors scare you, and instead of being an adult and facing your fears that the door might be controlled by a magical gremlin that'll eat your $300 makeup, you're just gonna make pathetic attempts to shame men into opening doors for you. And let's be real, you don't even know why you want the door open for you in the first place. You just assume that's what gentlemen are supposed to do, but if you want gentlemanly behavior, then you have to give those men a reason to act gentlemanly. And here's the problem. You destroyed that reason with your unladylike attitude alongside destroying courtship, monogamy, and sandwich craft. Nowadays, doors open automatically. Monogamy is mocked, and your sandwich making skills would be considered subpar by even the most humblest of hobos. We have no reason to be gentlemen, so be strong, be independent, and open your own door. Do it to fight the patriarchy and the phobia of your choice.
Second, knowing her birthday. I watched this one YouTube video of this interviewer asking boyfriends questions about their girlfriends, and you telling me these motherfuckers don't know their girlfriends' birthdays? Bare fucking minimum. You don't know the day where your beautiful girlfriend entered this world and graced you with her presence? At a minimum, it's 6 numbers. Can your 2 brain cells handle that? Or is that max capacity already?
Oh my God, what's wrong with your face?
Allow me to make a counter argument because I personally think you should be happy that your imaginary man isn't remembering your birthday. Let me explain. If there's one thing women hate, it's the commentary about the fact that you're getting older, that your skin is starting to sag and your chest isn't as perky as it once was. Your ovaries are failing on you and you just can't seem to attract the same amount of attention from the boys that you used to. And deep down, you know you only have so much time left on this earth to do the things that you want, and there isn't enough time. So why would you want your imaginary boyfriend to remind you that you're getting older and 1 year closer to death? If anything, you should be upset that your ethereal fiance is reminding you that you're getting older. Besides, it's not like you hold yourself to the same standard for our birthdays. Name the last time you actually cared about that. I'll wait. Unlike you, I got all the time in the world.
Get your girlfriend some flowers. Here's the thing about most women. They want flowers, but they're not about to ask you for some damn flowers. You are expected to get fucking flowers. Cause if I gotta tell you that I want flowers, then that's me telling you what to do. And I'm tired of telling men what to do. I understand a lot of men cannot live day to day without women, but we're tired. And all we want are some damn flowers. There are a lot more, but this video would be like 70 hours long if I went through it, so.
Lady, you're scaring us.
Wow, that's one hell of a paradox you just set up. You're tired of telling men what to do, but you just spent the last 90 seconds telling men what to do. And you're lecturing us on what we're expected to do, so let's go there. You're not getting flowers. Flowers are for ladies, and you're no lady. You swear like a sailor, you make demands like a petulant child, and you're not nice. And why should I waste my money buying flowers for somebody who isn't nice? And that leads me to my bare minimum. You have to be a nice person, and you're not that. You're quite the opposite of nice. And I get this feeling that if I was stuck in an elevator with you for more than 20 seconds, I would be convinced that I was forsaken by the tender power embrace of the intergalactic space god Horblachort. All hail and condemned to an eternity of having to deal with your presence in a broken elevator. Now, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I'll be the first to admit that. But that is not a level of hell that I would wish on myself or for anybody for that matter.
Good luck.
Here are 10 things I will never accept from any man. Number 1, congratulating him for doing the bare minimum. Like, no, you're supposed to do those things. You're supposed to take care of me. You're supposed to go out of your way for me. I'm not gonna applaud you because you literally did the bare minimum of 1, respecting me, and 2, treating me well. Like, not gonna happen. Number 2 is cursing at me or screaming at me in any kind of way. Get out. If I'm talking to you with utmost respect, like, talk to me with respect. Don't scream at me and curse at me just because you're angry. That does not not work well with me. Number 3 should be obvious to everybody, but if it's not, let me just remind you. If you cheat on me, you're done. You're literally done. Don't ask for forgiveness. Don't beg for me back. It's never gonna happen. Once a cheater, always a cheater. And that's my philosophy. I've been cheated on once, and it's funny to me how that guy thought he was gonna get me back. Like, no, you've had your chance. We've moved on. Goodbye.
Oh, woman, there's a problem with your list. Well, quite a few problems. The first off, nobody cares. But the second is you're demanding respect while already completely disrespecting any man who would hate himself enough to actually want to date you. Here's the thing. You cannot expect a man to go above and beyond for you and expect nothing in return. A man needs some recognition every now and again. And it doesn't have to be a grandiose gesture like the kind you require for showing up to a coffee date 5 minutes late. Just a thank you and an occasional hug is all it really takes. But you've got it set up in that abysmal void where your brain is supposed to be, that those things are so valuable that you must withhold them from a dude until he proves himself worthy of such a hug. And if you expect a man to drive through hoops of fire for a hug, then I pity you, because I know hugs, and your hug game, it ain't up to snuff, sister.
Number 4 is not one that a lot of people talk about, but prioritizing convenience over you. If I live an hour away, you should be driving an hour away. Like, if you really love me, you should be going out of your way for me. If we're going to a restaurant and it's completely out of the way, why not pick me up? I don't understand. Why do I have to come to you? This is a personal preference, but I feel like if you're willing to go out of your way for someone, they should also go out of their way for you. Number 5, a man that does not stand up for you. If anyone says anything bad about you, that man should be literally saying no and should be yelling at everybody and screaming at everybody. And honestly, this includes parents. Like, if his parents or his mom, if he's a mama's boy, if anyone ever disrespects you, he better stand up for you. That's how I feel about that situation. Number 6, I feel like I don't have to explain this one, but forgetting any birthday or anniversary, I mean, come on, bare minimum. Number 7 is being disrespectful to my family in any kind of way. Totally unacceptable.
I quit. I quit. I quit.
Woman, if you lived an hour away from me, you would still be too close. You've yet to prove to me, or anybody for that matter, why you think you deserve such a treatment from a man. You're using the overused line, if you really loved me, you would do that. But you're missing something. This isn't about love. It is about respect. Respect for that man's time. And if you loved and respected that man, you would be willing to meet him halfway, or on some occasions, drive the hour over to him every once in a while. But if you're not willing to compromise, then he's under no obligation to be with you. You've done nothing to prove that you're worth that kind of an effort. All you've done is talk about the things that you deserve, and can't even be bothered to explain why. Which isn't that surprising. We all know there's no explanation, simply because you aren't deserving of anything that you're blabbering about.
Number 8 is a personal favorite of mine, lack of communication. If I have to ask you 1,000 times what's wrong and you don't tell me what's wrong, I'm not asking again. Do not tell me what's wrong 12 hours after I already asked you what was wrong. I'll let you know now, I will not listen at that point. Number 9 to me is amazing, telling me what to do, telling me what I should wear, telling me who I should see, telling me who I should talk to. I don't know who you think you are, but you're not my father, and my father doesn't even tell me what to do, what to wear, who to see. Do that and you're done. Number 10, not treating me like the queen that I am, like the queens that we all are. And I have to say, if you're not gonna do it, well, I have news for you, someone else will. Just a reminder to never settle for less.
I hated that so much.
So your father never told you how to dress or how to behave? Well, I can't say I'm surprised, but maybe he should have. You're acting like a spoiled teenager and not like a mature adult. You're demanding that a man put everything in his life on hold to cater to your every whim and desire, but you're willing to offer nothing in return. You're not even willing to dress modestly for your man. And that's the thing, you're not looking for a man. You're looking for a simp who will give you money and be okay with you tromping around like a drunken harlot. It's clear to me that your father never taught you the virtue of shame, which is fine because the rest of humanity has plenty to spare in that regard. And those men you desire don't want you because you've made it abundantly clear that you do not have any respect for men, and you clearly don't have any manners either. And there isn't enough makeup in the world to cover that particular brand of ugly. So good luck, sister. You're gonna need it. And that is gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Stay classy and stay awesome, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.